Alright guys, so today we are going to make a delicious chicken and wild rice mushroom soup. It's getting into the holiday season. Thanksgiving is a week away, and one of the things that I do to prep is clean out my fridge, because you need not only the room to store the stuff that you're going to be cooking on Thanksgiving Day, but also all those leftovers, which just make delicious meals in themselves when you put them in a different outfit, so to speak. So nevertheless, one of the easiest ways I find to use up produce and things in the fridge that are getting ready to go bad, won't make it until Thanksgiving, to be able to be used in that sense, put it in a soup. And soups are so forgiving. You don't even really need exact measurements or a recipe per se. You can just throw stuff in, add some seasonings, and voila, you have a delicious meal. So that is how I came about doing this meal, and I'm not even going to be cooking chicken. That's how easy it's going to be. I'm going to use some of my canned chicken that I already have in my pantry, and I'm just throwing that in at the very last so that it can be a delicious, creamy fall soup. So right here in my Dutch oven, I have some butter, and I'm going to put in some grapeseed oil. I love this stuff. And heat up my pan. Okay, so that is going to be heating up. I have here one medium onion. You can't see them. Garlic. I have 4 huge cloves. It's really probably 5 or 6 small cloves is the amount. I have 2 ribs of celery chopped and 2 medium carrots that I have chopped. Then over here I have a pound of mushrooms that were getting ready to not be good anymore, so I'm going to throw the whole pound in there. And then let's see, we're gonna need thyme, so I got my thyme, salt and pepper, and then I'm going to throw in a pinch of garlic powder just because it lends off a different flavor. And then we're going to be putting chicken stock in this, which that comes later after we saute all our veggies, and then cream. You can't get enough of that cream. And of course, wild rice. So, let me get these.
Hey, Mom.
What?
I want to use some of the chocolate milk, pour it into my dairy milk, and make it some chocolate milk.
Okay. Fair enough. So, we have this in here. We're going to let this saute down. Once our onions become translucent, we'll add in our mushrooms and go from there. Alright, so I've added in the mushrooms, and as you can see, everything's kind of started breaking down and getting soft. We don't want it really soft. We want it just to this point though, because it's still going to cook in the soup. And so this is just adds another layer of flavor that you couldn't get if you just poured everything in and let it all cook in the soup, which you can do. Like, I could have put all these raw into the broth and just cooked it. But I like this extra layer of flavor that comes with sauteing it first. So, we have that. We're going to add in our thyme. And I'd say a healthy teaspoon of that. There's all that. And then we like pepper. So, a good helping of black pepper. Some salt. Not a bunch of salt though, because I am using a bouillon base, the Better Than Bouillon brand. And that can get salty too, because I kind of like to make mine a little concentrated. So we have that all in. And then I'm going to be using the broth from this chicken. It looks kind of like a science experiment. It's chicken thighs. It's bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs that I got on sale. But they needed to be used up like that day. And I really didn't have room in my freezer for all the chicken thighs that I bought, so I canned them up. Now, since these weren't homegrown chickens, the bones are really soft. It's not like a mature chicken that you would have butchered yourself. So, you got to be careful with that, but it makes the most delicious broth. This broth tastes like it's been... Alright guys, so our soup has simmered for about 35 minutes, and it is time to add in our cooked wild rice. There's our wild rice. Okay, now that was a cup of dry wild rice to 2 cups of water, and I just let it simmer on low for 30 minutes. So that is that, and it does make a lot of rice, but we like that. Okay, now if you haven't been keeping track, we have right now 1 quart of so right now we have 1 quart of liquid in here with the chunk chicken in it too, and that's just chicken broth. Well, if our chicken will come out. There it goes. And you don't have to add that till the end because it is already cooked through. All we are doing is heating it up. And that is going to be the perfect amount of chicken. And as you can see, because it's been par cooked during the canning process, it stays in those nice chunks. Where raw pack, it like forms a ball almost in the jar, and it doesn't stay together like it should. So that looks about how I want it to be liquid wise, because we are still adding in our cream. And if you wanted to lighten it up, you could use half and half, or just milk, I guess, if you really wanted to lighten up. But I like heavy whipping cream. I figure if I'm going to do it right. And that was a cup. Maybe just over a cup. Oh, and look at that. That is beautiful. So I'm going to get this plated up and give you a taste test because we are done. Alright, so here it is. By the way, I just got to show off my cute little bows. Are those not the cutest? And let's get a bite. Mushrooms, chicken broth. Oh my goodness. That is perfect. Earthy. Good for you. Oh, that is good. Creamy. That is perfect. So, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like the recipe. Try it for yourself. Get that fridge cleaned out and ready for Thanksgiving. And make a delicious soup while you're at it. Alright, thanks for watching.